Hi, everyone, and welcome to today's episode of the Love and Light Show, where your special guest is Kelly Carrigan, and we're going to talk about amazing things today, how you guys can let go of taking things personally, how you can figure out what your 6 human needs are, what they are, what that means, Tony Robbins' philosophy about that, and how we can actually do an exercise to figure out which one yours might be and how we can figure out how you can meet those needs in resourceful ways instead of unresourceful ways that you might not be aware of right now. Because awareness is key. The more we're aware of, the more we can grow and move forward. And that's what the Love and Light Show is all about. So we love to inspire you every Monday with a special guest who's a light worker or coach or a healer, someone who's uplifting you and helping you along your healing journey so that you can be that change you want to see in the world and grow and inspire others, that you can take these tidbits, these different tools, you can learn about new modalities, new methods and processes so that you can move forward on your healing journey with the most amount of ease and joy and just really enjoy the experience and get a lot of really cool tips and tricks along your journey. And if you're new to me, I'm Laura McPhee and I'm a happiness coach and healer. So I love to empower women to get to their dream happy lives. So I typically specialize with people pleasers and perfectionists, workaholics and caregivers to help them let go of all their stress and worry and overwhelm, all the junk that's been holding them back in their lives so that they can move forward to that dream happy life where they're happy and healthy and fulfilled and just feeling super abundant. And I'd love to welcome everyone who's jumping on. So hi, Betty, I see a like here, and we're on the Be Live platform, so we have to say hi in order for us to acknowledge you. We don't just see your names as they're coming up. So be sure to say hi and engage with us in the comments below. It is a conversation, and we love to have any questions or comments as we go along. So definitely feel free. And I see that there's people on live, so I'm calling you out. Definitely say hi in the chat box, and we'll acknowledge you along the way. And some special announcements for me this week is I'm having a Manifest Your Best Life, Dream Life Vision workshop. So we're going to do like a vision board, only high vibe it. So we're going to do a bunch of clearing downloads and healing along the way, meditation, and a bunch of different processes to see if there's anything on your vision board or in your dream life that you're not really super in alignment with, that you're like, oh, like I'd want to put this soulmate on there, but do I deserve it? Is this going to be a lot of work? I've been burnt in the past. We can do some clearings along the way so that if you put that dream guy on your workshop, like on your vision board, you'll actually be super excited about it and not have that like little voice in the back of your head questioning if you can have it. So we'll bring Kelly into the conversation. So hi, Kelly. How are you doing today?
I am doing fantastic. Thank you so much.
Awesome. I'm so happy to have you. Like when Nick introduced us and we're both dealing with similar niche markets and similar women, I was so excited to connect with you and really see what you're doing to empower women in the world because the world needs more and more light workers. So also I'm going to get you guys to share this out to anyone else in your tribe, in your friends or family that you feel would benefit from hearing this message because Kelly is an assertiveness coach and she's going to give us so many tips and tricks. So I also encourage you guys to get a pen and paper if you guys are like note takers like me, because we're going to get a ton of value from Kelly and I don't want you guys to miss any of it. So definitely encourage you to comment and ask any questions as you go along. So Wendy says, hi, Laura. I hope you're having a wonderful day. And Betty, hi, Laura. Excited for today's show. Oh, Betty said, I can't hear Kelly. So I wonder, I can hear her. Can anyone else? Maybe as we get Kelly to talk, we'll see if anyone else can hear her. And Nick's live. Hi, Laura. Hi, Nick. I hope you're having a great day. So I can hear Kelly. So she'll start saying her story. And if we have any other issues, we'll kind of address that as we go along. So how did you get to where you're at today, Kelly? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Exactly. Oh, I'm just going to pause you. Sorry. We're getting a couple people saying that she can't hear you. No sound, but I can hear you. So maybe take out your headset? I don't know. Troubleshooting. Betty said still nothing. And then she's not showing up on the screen. That's strange. Here. Maybe if you take your thing off and put it back on, maybe that'll work. Like that little thing in the corner where you were hidden at the beginning. Do you have that, Kelly? Mm. Yeah, I guess we'd have different options. And Nick, her image isn't there. That's strange. Yeah, maybe stop the camera and come back on because I've seen other people who have fuzzy screens, and I know that the broadcast will keep going as long as one of us is on at the same time. So I'll stay on. Maybe if you turn off your camera and come back on with that link that I gave you, Kelly, and we'll try that. Thanks. Sorry, guys, but thanks for letting us know. Yeah, maybe it's not accepted properly. That's so strange. I've been having a lot of good luck with the BeLive platform, but this is the real behind the scenes, guys. When it's live, you get all the little technical glitches. So we're going to invite Kelly back on in a minute. So she's back. So maybe I'll get you to talk again and see if they can hear you this time.
Hear me now.
I can still hear her. Can you guys hear her? And there's 70 of you guys online, so I'd love for you guys to share if you can hear her. Or at least see her. Because that's strange, because I see and hear her on my screens. Betty says perfect. Awesome. Okay, cool. So can you start your story again? Because they may have not heard it or heard it all. So how you got to where you're at today. Kelly, can you hear me? Oh. Can you hear me, Kelly? Interesting. Okay. Can you hear me? I'm going to send her a message on Facebook. And sorry, guys. Thanks so much for your patience. And she's seen my message, so they can hear you just... maybe we'll do that reset thing again. And then Rita, now there's visual but no sound. Not sure this is the first time having an issue. Yeah, it's the first time I'm having this issue as well. Maybe we'll just restart it and see if that works. So I'm asking her if she wants to leave and then come on again, because maybe that'll work. Fingers crossed, everyone. Good vibes towards Kelly's and my thing working very well together. It's so interesting. Usually the BeLive platform is very consistent and good quality. So this is interesting to be figuring out tech issues live. Okay, so she's going to leave and come on again, and we're going to hope that this time's the charm. And Betty said, I can hear and see both of you, but she can't hear me. So that'll be interesting for trying to have a conversation with her. Mm-hmm. And yeah, Betty, thanks. Fingers crossed. Because yeah, it's interesting that other people are saying that they can't see. That's so strange. Yeah, there's not many options I have on my screen to restart anything. And I think if I totally stop it, it would have to be brand new. And I'm not sure if it can come right back on. Yeah, I don't really have any options. But thank you guys for staying live. We still have 5 people live, so I'll keep the conversation going as Kelly's doing that on her side, trying to make that work. So for me, I love doing theta healing downloads. So if you guys would want some theta healing downloads on not taking things personally, say yes, because we're going to do theta healing downloads on that as we get that set up. So can you hear me?
I can absolutely hear you. I can see you. The question is, can the viewers see and hear me?
Yes. So as we wait for that, I promised them some healing downloads for being wonderful and patient this morning. So can you guys see and hear Kelly and me? We want yeses in the comment bar. Some thumbs up showing that we can actually keep going. And I will give you guys those theta healing downloads. So I appreciate you guys staying on. So as we wait for some of those to come in, because, okay, yes. So we have a yes. That's wonderful. So I'll do maybe a quick couple downloads just for your guys' patience. I super appreciate it. Can hear and see both of us now. Yes, thank you guys so much. Awesome. So you guys can also say yes to these downloads. So do you want to know who you'll be and what your life looks like when you can live without taking things personally, when you can stand in your own power without fearing what other people will think or judge or their thoughts or consequences from other people, that you know who you are and what your life looks like, standing in your power of your true authentic self, your truth, your message, and that you can do that with the most amount of ease and grace and joy through your higher power. If you guys want that download, you can say yes in the comments below. And that it's time to step into your power and that you know how to live your life empowered and fully meeting your needs for your highest and best good, and that you know that nothing bad will happen and that it's completely safe and possible on all levels for you to receive this into your life starting right now. And you guys can say yes. And then we'll integrate those changes and I can offer you guys a general healing for whatever is ready to be healed in your body right now and fill you up with your higher power's unconditional love and compassion and joy and happiness. If you want to say yes, you'll receive that as well. Awesome. And we're getting a lot of yeses for that. So wonderful, ladies. Awesome. So now that we officially have Kelly and the technology is cooperating with us, we'll just kind of reboot and restart. And Kelly, can you start over again with your story so that they can hear your beautiful story?
Yes, absolutely. I'd love to. So I was saying it's interesting as you were, opening, it was interesting that you had said, learning new modalities to basically to be the change, right? To be the change maker. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And that's really where my journey started, because I was at a point in my life many, many years ago where mm-hmm. I was pointing the finger outward and I was looking for everyone else to change so that I could be happy. Mm-hmm. I was living in victim mode. I was taking things personally. I certainly wasn't standing up for myself. Mm-hmm. And so, that was the quote that really changed my life, because when I had approached Coach Nick, he said, mm-hmm. Kelly, you have to be the change that you want to see in those people. Yes. And he was the first person ever to say that I had to change. And I was like, huh, he's telling me I have to change. Okay, I need to know more. Yeah. That was so my reality. And I see, and I work with many people who, at the beginning of their journey, that is so their reality as well.
Yeah.
So, that was my journey. I embarked on, a journey of self-discovery. I sat at the other end of the coaching table.
Mm-hmm.
And once I started digging for knowledge, it was like, can't stop digging.
Yes.
More and more and more and more. And I've come to realize that assertiveness skills, learning how to communicate effectively, has made communication skills, made the biggest impact in my life, because so much conflict comes from lack of communication or not communicating, or, we think we're communicating, but what we're giving off is, it's what we actually want to say. It doesn't come across that way. So it's, body language, tone, the words we choose.
I love that. And I feel like a lot of people can resonate with that, especially my tribe can definitely resonate with that. So do you want to talk about how people can stop taking things personally? I know I used to do that so much. That's why I was always people pleaser and like giving to other people around me. And the book, The 4 Agreements, was like amazing in my life. To learn the rule, don't take things personally, was just incredible. So how do you recommend people learn to kind of take that road for themselves?
Right. So what I want to share today is like the foundation lesson that I share with all of, my tribe per se, because I get asked, this is like a common question I get asked. Can you teach people to stand up for themselves without upsetting the other person? And I'm like, well, short answer, yes. Long answer, I have no control, nor do you have any control on how that person is going to react. Exactly. So the foundation lesson that I teach people in communicating and not taking things personally is, it's the 6 Human Emotional Needs by Tony Robbins. So once we gain a better understanding of what makes people tick and why people do the things that they do, we're able to communicate from more of a place of love, compassion, and understanding.
Definitely.
So, for instance, I had shared, the 6 human emotional needs with my neighbor, and she called me the next day and she said, I gotta say, she said, there was a situation at work and I was able to look at it from a different perspective. I did not take it personal, and I just understood that, my coworker, all she's doing is she's fulfilling her needs. She's not attacking me personally. She's not doing those things to me personally.
Exactly.
So,
Wonderful. So do you want to explain a little bit about the 6 human needs for anyone who's not familiar with Tony Robbins and the psychology of all that?
Yes, of course.
Awesome.
So number 1 is certainty. We all need some certainty in our life. Those, just some examples. People who have a very high need for certainty, likes routine, has a to-do list for their to-do list. I always have fun with that one because I'm guilty of that as well. Those are the people that if you change anything, they freak out.
Okay.
You go to their house 10 years later, everything is still the same. They stay, 30 years at that job perhaps, or, but we all need a level of certainty. So that's just some examples. The next one is uncertainty or variety or adventurous. So we all need some variety, right? Because they say that variety is the spice of life.
Yeah.
So, we all need some risk in our lives, and people say play with risk in so many different ways. Some people may gamble to fulfill their need for uncertainty. Some people may play gas wars. I have a few friends on Facebook who play gas wars, right? Where, the gas hand is on empty, the gas light is on, and they're like, okay, let's see how far I can go, because it's kind of exciting and it kind of fuels them. Some people are, consistently late, always playing games with the clock. Oh, I've got, 15 more minutes before I have to be there. Ooh, this job, can I get it done in 5 minutes? It's a challenge, right? And some people fulfill that need in unhealthy ways or unresourceful ways, whether it's like drinking, smoking, things like that. So that's the second one. The third one is significance. So significance is the need to feel special, important, unique. Mm-hmm. And again, it's not a matter of, are you fulfilling your needs? The question is, how are you fulfilling your needs? Mm-hmm. So there's different ways of fulfilling significance. I mean, there's hundreds of ways that people can fulfill their need for significance. Mm-hmm. For instance, it could be by the way somebody dresses. Maybe they have a very unique sense of style. Maybe they're known for that unique sense of style, and that gives them significance. Maybe they're the first one in the office in the morning and they are in charge of making the coffee, right? Yep. So that they know they arrive early, they make coffee, that fulfills their need for significance. Mm-hmm. Some people, might climb the ladder, like the corporate ladder per se. They might have more letters behind their name than anybody else.
Yeah.
They could get angry, right? Mm-hmm. Fulfilling that need for significance, because you think of it, when somebody gets angry and raises their voice, instantly that need for significance is filled. Mm-hmm. Yep. And then we have love and connection. Oh, love and connection. That's like high on my priority. So love and connection. How do we fulfill the need for love and connection? Some people, they might do that, in relationships. Mm-hmm. People might have a dog. Because, you leave the house for 5 minutes or 5 hours, that dog is just as excited to see you. Right? makes you feel loved and connected. Mm-hmm. For me personally, when people are present with me, so if I'm engaged in conversation and that person is present, that, fulfills my need for love and connection. Some people gossip. Yep. Who'd ever thought, right? Gossip fulfills the need for love and connection. Mm-hmm. And I see this a lot in couples, for instance. I don't understand. Every time he's upset, he gets mad and gets angry and starts yelling. And then he's like, I don't understand. Every time she's upset, she cries. What's the deal? Mm-hmm. It's because in that moment, say when he gets angry, raises his voice, or it could be vice versa. It could be the female, doing that. But that instantly fulfills the need for connection. Yep. Because I've, done this in a couple of my talks, and all of a sudden, I raise my voice and it's just like, So in that moment, I was significant because I was sure that people are going to listen. Mm-hmm. And then, so with the gossiping, for instance, somebody who has an unfulfilled need for love and connection, if somebody happens to say something that hurts their feelings, instead of dealing with them directly, often what happens is that they will go to their friends and say, oh my gosh, can you believe Johnny just said that to me? How insensitive is he? Where does he get off saying that to me? Right. Mm-hmm. Right. And so the reason that we do that is not that, we want to get Johnny in trouble per se, is that we are going to our friends because we're fulfilling our need for love and connection. Mm-hmm. So, it's kind of pointless to go tell Johnny about it because Johnny's so worried about his significance. He's not going to fulfill my need for love and connection. So why am I going to go talk to him about it? Yep. Mm-hmm. Right. So that we go and fulfill our needs somewhere. Mm-hmm. So those are the basic four. Those four we are subconsciously filling constantly. Yeah. We're not even thinking about why we're doing what we're doing. And hopefully after today's conversation, you will think more about, what need am I fulfilling by doing that? Mm-hmm. Right? So those we're not consciously thinking about. And then 5 and 6, 5 is growth. Mm-hmm. So we all need growth, whether it's personal growth, taking a course, learning something new, personal development, self-discovery, whatever. So that's growth. And then number 6 is contribution. So it's something bigger than ourselves. And it could be sharing knowledge. It could be mentoring somebody at work. It could be, volunteering at the local soup kitchen, volunteering with your church. It could be, if I have a musical skill, it could be, teaching kids or adults that skill. So it's sharing your knowledge. Mm-hmm. And, when a person, starts with personal development and growth, and then they contribute, it fulfills all those needs, because in those activities, in the activities that you choose for contribution, you are getting the needs for, certainty, uncertainty, or variety, and significance, and love and connection filled.
Yes, definitely.
So going back to taking things personally, so here's a very real example of, my neighbor. She's like, I don't understand. Like, like this lady that I work with, like last minute, she's always comes into me in a panic, and she's like stressed right out, and it's like, somebody's got to do it. Someone's got to do it. And then she's like, I feel bad that she's left it to the last minute. Next morning, she's going out of town. It has to be done. So I feel the burden to take it on. And she's like, I don't know why she always does this to me. Well, number one, what need do you think that she's fulfilling? This lady who comes in a panic, last minute, right? I would guarantee that she's fulfilling her need for, like a little tickle in my throat, for uncertainty or variety, right? Because that panic, that leaving things to the last minute is...
There's a charge to it.
There's definitely a charge. And likely she's filling her need for significance, that somebody's going to take it over and like, okay, the world's got to stop. I've got a problem.
Yeah.
Right?
Exactly.
Yeah. So that's, that's just like the short and dirty version of the, of the 6 human emotional needs.
We had a couple people join us as you were talking. So Jimmy joined us live. Thanks for joining. And Anne-Marie did say that it froze, but I didn't see anyone else say it. And we have like 8 other people watching. So I'm assuming everything is going well. I'm just putting the good vibes up there. So that's going well. So how do you typically explain to your clients how they can figure out their human need? Because I know when I started with like Tony Robbins and all that stuff, I had a quiz. And it was like this huge like thing to fill in. And then I was like, okay, certainty. And it totally made sense at the time. Like I was at a corporate job because I was like fulfilling the need of certainty. I needed that stability. I needed the routine. I needed my bank account to be a certain amount. I wanted that stable paycheck and all that different stuff. So totally 100% like certainty was my like number one. And then I was growth. And it's interesting because growth has stayed pretty much my number 2 for a while, but I flipped my number 1 to definitely love and connection. So how can other people figure that out? And we are getting a confirmation that we're good. So that's good.
Okay. Awesome.
And then love this. Cool. Thanks, Betty.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, how people can figure this out is start to take note of your repeated patterns, like your repeated behaviors. Like as an example, like do you tend to show up late, right? Are you constantly showing up late? How do you feel when you are around a risk taker, right? For instance, like my husband's a total risk taker. We're sitting here watching like mountain biking videos, and they are on the top of a mountain, like just like a peak. And I'm just like, oh my gosh, like I cannot watch this. Like it gives me anxiety, right? Or, out at the ski hill, he's like doing jumps and getting air, and I'm like, nope, I'm going to play it safe right here. Or how does it feel like when it comes to money? Like, are you a risk taker with money? Some people handle debt, whatever. Like they handle it really well. They have this attitude like, whatever, it'll work itself out. Other people lose sleep over it. Right. So certainty, uncertainty, how, ask yourself, how open are you to change? Do you freak out when plans are changed at the last minute? Or are you pretty good at, like water and go with the flow?
Right.
I had a woman share with me in a workshop that I was doing last week. She's like, oh, certainty is my primary need. She said, it took me 20 something years to do a PSW course. And she said, it was so hard. I had to push myself. People who have a high need of certainty tend to worry a lot.
Yep.
Right. So yeah, my suggestion is write down, your behaviors. And once you start to see a pattern, ask yourself kind of, where do you fall? Yeah. And, I'm just writing a note here. So for significance, between the difference of significance and love and connection. Same thing with those behaviors. Do you enjoy praise?
Yep.
Right? That would be that would fall in line with significance. Like I grew up, my mom, she has a high need for significance, and she was like the breadwinner of our family. She provided, and she got so much satisfaction out of doing that and knowing that she could provide for the family. Right? So, and then other people who value love and connection, just, those people tend to value friendships. They're, always staying connected with their friends and getting together with people and making those connections happen, calling people on their birthdays, sending cards. They thoroughly enjoy time, and they're very present.
I love that. Betty agrees. When you were talking earlier, she said, that's me. I worry and feel guilty a lot. So it's good that you're aware of that. And it's not that one or the other is good or bad. We never judge where we're at. It's just good to be aware so that you can be, okay, this is how I have been meeting it. Maybe there's some unresourceful, unhealthy ways I've been meeting my needs. This is how I can switch it. So how do you typically help your clients, once they have that awareness, switch it a bit so that they do become on the more resourceful, healthy side of meeting their needs?
Yeah, exactly. Well, it's really a discussion, and it's a deep dive into what they want to achieve. I know me personally, like my old self, I was unresourcefully fulfilling my need for love and connection by gossiping, right? Because that's what I was doing. And now, I'm doing this instead. I'm helping others, I used to, I'm a sensitive soul. I still have leaky eye syndrome when I watch something very beautiful or I hear a very touching story. But yeah, I used to, my old self used to cry a lot. And I didn't realize that the ways that I was fulfilling my need for love and connection was unhealthy for me. It was actually making me feel worse.
Right. And it's so good to realize that and be okay with that and be gentle with ourselves and be like, okay, I'm at the beginning steps of the process. I'll figure it out as I go, kind of thing.
Right. Right.
Awesome. So I know we've gone a little bit over time, but I did want to kind of recap because we had some of those technical difficulties. So do you want to share with everyone how they can get connected with you after the show and anything that you have coming up that will help them even further on their journeys?
Yes, absolutely. So yeah, you can connect with me on Facebook. My business is Empower Me Coaching by Kelly Carrigan. I do have a group on there too, Empowered Sensitive Souls, that we can certainly connect with there. I am really, really excited. My program that I have created is called the Empower Me program. My next session date starts March. I got to double check this date. March 8th. Yeah, it's the March 8th. I just found out the other day is International Women's Day.
Oh, wonderful. That's so like synchronicity.
Yeah. How exciting, right?
I love it.
So the program that I have, it's a 6 weeks. So we do six webinars, one each week. You get 6 assignments. Fun, always homework, right? But the lovely part is that I get to connect individually with all the clients to help them midweek through their homework. So you get the webinar once a week, and then you also get an hour of private coaching once a week. Right? And then on top of that, once the program is all done, you get 2 extra hours of private coaching to work on anything else that you want to accomplish. So yes, I love this program. I've had quite a few people go through it. And they said it's the kindest thing that they could do for themselves.
I love that.
Yeah. And that, it's really helped them come out of their shell, because so many people, we feel overwhelmed, right? And we take things on, the people pleasers, the sensitive souls, and, we're the nice people. So we want to help everybody. But then what happens is, well, who's left in the dark? Yeah. We're left in the dark. So it's getting back to ourselves, reconnecting with ourselves, and learning to communicate it from a place of love, because you know what? We all matter.
Yeah, definitely. It's so true. And I'd love for you to put that in the comments below so that it's super convenient and easy for people to just click on all the different ways to connect with you after.
Yeah.
I want to thank you so much for your time, and thank you everyone who's been joining us live and who's catching the replay. I highly encourage you guys to share it out to whoever else might need these messages on how they can healthily fulfill their needs, bring this new awareness into their lives, and let go of all that stuff that they've been taking personally, because it will allow them to have more joy and happiness into their lives. So I encourage you guys to spread this love and light message out to your tribe, your friends and family members, and tag anyone below. Let us know if you have any more questions or comments after the show, and I'll be sure to get back to everyone who I can throughout the week. And I want to encourage you guys to tune in next week. So making the Love and Light Show a positive habit in your week. So tune in next Monday, and we'll bring more guests and speakers into your life to help you grow and develop on your journey. And we're getting some people saying thank you. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. I'm sending you guys so much love and light, and hope you guys have a fabulous week. Bye.
Bye.